So the time was it 12:20, and I have had an amazing day, but I've also failed because I had this university assignment, which was 2,000 words, and I gave it a really good go when it came to crunch time with like 2 hours to go, and I didn't manage to get it done. So tomorrow I'll hopefully be doing that, and yeah, it's a 5% penalty. Anyway, point is, that was not the main focus of today. The main focus of today was all the different appointments that I had, which relate to singing and everything. So let me tell you about those. So first of all, I went to I went to voice physiotherapy where they're massaging this whole area. And I was telling the lady about the tongue, because, I had that consult with the osteopath the other day, who was saying, like the face osteopath, myofunctional therapy, I think it's called, where he was saying, tongue is about 2 out of 10 in terms of flexibility, so you need to sort that out. So I was telling this voice physiotherapist who massages this whole area and stuff about that, and she noticed that this area here, just on the back here and here, which links into the tongue, was very, very tight. So she suggested I work on trying to knead that out almost. So that was fine. Then I had the speech pathologist at midday, and she suggested I get this pill, which is actually, I'll see if I can find it. It basically treats fungal infections, and I was using the Nystatin thing before, and again, like, I found that was working, but I had to basically use it a lot, and then when I ran out, it would basically just come back. Where is this thing? I believe this is it. Yeah, so this is the Nystatin one. It's like a different brand. This is Nilstat. But now I've basically taken one pill, which might do the trick. Is the idea, at least. I'm trying to find it. I think. Look, I'm not sure where it is, but it's a pill, and it's used for vaginal thrush. Yes, you heard that right. And no, I'm not a female, so they obviously looked at me strangely when I was asking it over the counter for that. So I was saying, like, look, I need it for oral thrush, and they were basically like, well, you can't because you're not a woman. So yeah, I don't know. So then I went to the doctor later on and got a prescription for it. So then they had to give it to me. So that was how that worked out. So it's basically one pill. You take it. Look, I will find the name. The name for it is. This reminds you of Britain's Got Talent. No, don't call anyone. Sorry, it's quite an informal video today. Not like Piyush, of course. This is called. Where is she? Where is she? One. Oh yeah, here we go. It is called fluconazole. Okay, so take that, one capsule, thrush. I've had this for 7 weeks. It's sore throat. So this one pill is supposedly just going to do everything. Literally, the packet comes with one pill in it. So, pretty wild. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Took ages. So after the speech pathologist, then I went to the osteopath, and he was talking about how, yes, this area is not great, but that relates to, all the tension I've got in here and here. He said my neck mobility is actually getting a lot better. That might also be because when I go to the voice physiotherapist, she works a lot on this area too. So it's like if you've got 2 people working on it, then it's obviously going to be like even more flexible, which is great. Because any kind of tension goes to the voice, so trying to stop that from happening. Then after that, I went to the GP, I got the prescription for that thing, and he also gave me the last injection of the vitamin B. Now, for vitamin B, I've not found that to be helpful for me. I find the effects maybe work for about within the next day, but again, I always get this on a Friday, so maybe it's just the fact that it's Saturday that makes me a bit calmer and more relaxed. Although tomorrow, having to finish this flipping assignment, I'm not sure that'll be the case. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm actually going to Paul McCartney tomorrow, and I'm so excited. It's like it's a dream to go to see that. So to see him perform live, so that'll be really, really cool, obviously. And then after that, I then came home very, very briefly and had the opera lesson this evening, which was fantastic. Now, all of this is really good, but the main thing that I wanted to talk about today was about the tongue. And mixed voice was so much easier today, and it was made easier by doing a specific thing with my tongue, and I'll show you what that is. So when I was with the tongue, or like the osteopath, like myofunctional therapy guy the other day, he was saying, and I'm going to quickly interlude by saying I had an appointment scheduled for 30th of April that I managed to book in, and I think I said in yesterday's video how I was hoping to get that moved earlier if possible, because the guy who saw me said, look, I know the person I'm referring you to personally, so I can maybe get you in earlier. He basically got me in earlier to 1st of February, which is good, but then I got a call later on in the day saying we've had a cancellation, do you want to come on Tuesday? So I practically managed to knock off 6 months or thereabouts to see this lady. So that's pretty good. Wait, that's not 6 months. I'm realizing that's like 4 months, but still it's good. Well, is that 3 months? Yeah, 4 months. I think yeah, because we're almost in November now. Anyway, so I actually get to see her on Tuesday, which is really, really cool. Anyway, the thing that I wanted to show you is this thing with the tongue. So it's this. Right? It's the whole, at least the middle and the front of the tongue being sucked upwards. Now, when they would show me, when they were saying to me, can you do this? I was like, no, I can't. I was like, what are you doing like that? But I was watching the guy who I saw on a podcast today when I was driving in the car, and he was basically saying, if you do this, that's a sound that you probably can make. And he said, you do that 30 times, and then on the 31st time, just hold it there, like this, and then it can actually stay there. So then, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure this is what mewing is, like proper way of mewing. And I was not doing this correctly before. Look at that. Because that means you can't breathe through your mouth if your tongue's out there, because it basically blocks air coming in through the mouth. And the correct tongue posture for humans basically is on the roof of the mouth. Now, if you've been mouth breathing for 20 years, or like at least 15 years, I think, like I have, 15, at least 10 years, if not more, like I have. And I'm sure there are some of you who have 20, 30 years, 40 years of crappy breathing through your mouth, and I'm one of you. It's just like I've done 10 years, not decades. But yeah, like decades of like a long time of mouth breathing, you naturally develop a lower tongue. This is something he was saying in the podcast. So you have to really work on training your tongue, and then you can gradually improve your nasal breathing, your ability to do nasal breathing, which then stops you getting as many infections in your nose, and it's a vicious cycle basically if one thing goes wrong and then everything. Like, for example, with me, like, yes, I seem to have acid reflux, all this muscle tension, problems with singing, like sinus issues, but that usually stems from like one thing, which then causes all these other things. Like in my case, I believe it's possibly a genetic issue with the tongue, which causes it to be too tight, and then also like that then means it hangs low, which means the nasal breathing is bad, which then brings on the stress, which then brings on like reflux and the muscle tension, all of which contributes to like a crap sound basically. But that's why I basically spent so long trying to figure out what the actual underlying causes are and see if I can get myself to a really good place when it comes to singing. And this thing, doing that, I've been really like getting my tongue moving, and so when it comes to singing, the tongue just flipping gets out the way because it's been active all day, you know. And this is going to only improve if you keep doing it day in, day out. So other exercises that he was showing me, and I paid a bunch of money for this guy's like video set online, which is, yeah, hopefully worth it, but we'll see. And there's things like this, things like that you can do. Like the louder sound you can do with that, the better. Like all these things are trying to, it's like face gym, that's what it's called. You're trying to train this whole area to work. And then with that consultation with that tongue lady, that's going to be on Tuesday. Potentially there's a surgery down the line. It's usually people with tongue tie. Obviously I don't have that big of an issue, but in terms of singing, you can do a surgery if you really wanted to release even more that tongue tension. When it comes to singing, it will be easier. But yeah, doing this stuff has been incredibly beneficial after like as soon as I got it, I was like, now when I'm singing is so much easier. Like literally just getting that. Because I now know I can also, maybe it's also because I can feel like what the hard palate like feels like, you know, etc. So yeah, when it came to singing this evening with opera singer, it was so much easier. I was just get all these mixed notes like all these things. It was really good, really good. And so it's very exciting. Like as I said, I'm seeing Paul McCartney tomorrow, and like "Live and Let Die" is one of the songs that he does, like with all the fireworks and everything. And I was able to like do that one, you know, and that's not something I was able to do. That was something I was able to do before my second operation, but not really since then. It's been like crap, basically trying to get back to that road. But yeah, today's been really good, and I put a lot of it down to, in fact, almost everything down to this thing. It seems really simple and stupid, but it's like getting that tongue moving, which then gets it out the way when it comes to singing. Like, like you see that dip in the tongue? That's what you need. I was talking about this in a previous video when I was talking about the vagus nerve and stuff. That dip is what you need. Because it's basically the tongue moving out the way, and the sound can then go up into the pharynx area. What else is there? Oh yeah, when you're doing that, I've got to be careful because my phone's about to run out of battery. But when you, in fact, I'm gonna plug it in as I'm recording this. 1 second, because I'm almost done. And the other thing is that when you're doing this, sorry, I did it wrong first. You see that? I did that, which is incorrect mewing and stuff. It's this, which is doing this and then holding it. I could not do that yesterday. I promise you that. I promise. But this thing, 30 times, you'll be able to do it. I mean, I hope you'll be able to do it. Let me know if you have any problems with that. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, so if you were to open your mouth wide on an like you see the different distance between your top and bottom teeth? It's about that much. For me, you see the difference? There's like that's at least maybe 40% of the distance that I had when I was just doing an You basically want it to be 80% of the, I guess, the height or the distance between top and bottom teeth. So like, you see, that's too big a jump. You see that? So ideally for most people, you want 80%. That's what again this guy was saying. So by doing all these exercises with your tongue and stuff, you're gradually going to be able to increase that light. By doing this one, particularly this part here, that kind of stringy bit, that bit, get careful not to touch. And I know about infections after I caused myself to have a throat infection last 7 weeks, oral thrush, whatever it was. Although I think that may have been from the antibiotics, which then caused oral thrush because it's a fungal infection, whatever. Anyway, the point is, if you stretching this every single day, it's obviously going to end up going bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's exactly what I want. I noticed that with the opera singer today, because I asked her about this. I asked her, like, what's your thing? And hers was at least at like 65%, if not 70% of the range that you needed. So I just thought that was super interesting. The other thing is that I briefly want to mention, this video has been all over the shop, so it's extremely informal, so I'm sorry about that. The breather fit that I was using today, with the speech pathologist, she said, when I'm doing it, try and hold it on each end. Before I was doing this, and she said if you're holding it, that strengthens the muscles for, like, because as soon as you hold, you kind of like tense up these muscles here, which she's saying, like, is good to train your breathing muscles. So yeah, and in terms of which sport I want to do, I don't know. I still don't know. If you've got any ideas, that'd be good. Because at the moment, it's like the last week, I've not done any sport, which is obviously terrible. Like, I know I need to be doing at least, an hour of sport a day. So yeah, I need to get myself a swimming coach, I think. Anyway, this whole day has been just ridiculously expensive. I have no savings, and I'm eating into, like, I'm kind of going into debt with this stuff, which is not good. But it has been a very, very good day, and I'm extremely grateful for the progress that I've made today, and all the things that I learned. But it does obviously come at a financial cost, and it's clearly impacting my university studies, which you can tell how interested I am in it, that I'm leaving a big assignment till the last minute, and not for the first time this semester. So yeah, I need to crack on with that tomorrow, and I'm losing 5%, which is not that much. I guess I figured, like, I'd rather hand it in well and than lose 5%. Yeah. Anyway, that's the situation. So lots going on. Lots going on today. But I hope that was somewhat interesting. Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow Paul McCartney, so I'm super excited about that. And it's really cool because I was able to again, like, get the mixed voice, like, working pretty well today, like a lot better than it's been recently, like maybe in like a year. I don't know, or maybe just recently. And I'm seeing him tomorrow, so I just like the fact that I was doing Live and Let Die with my freaking opera teacher, who's obviously was singing in the pop rock kind of style, but the fact that I was able to get it, so, like, I now know tomorrow when he's doing it, when Paul McCartney's doing it, I know, like, which parts I'm meant to, like, think in certain areas. It's just so flipping awesome, and I'm just so blessed and grateful for that. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Anyway, this has been extremely long and probably not very interesting to most people, but yeah, this is my passion. This is what I care deeply about, and yeah, that's what I've got to tell you. Yeah, all the best. I'll see you all soon.